Welcome back to your favorite channel. It's your boy Pelican Bay K9s, Dog TV and News for the day. Giving it to y'all brothers and sisters the way I always do. Big shout out to everybody that's taking care of them dogs out there from one side of the country to the other side of the world. Like I always say, big salute to my brothers and sisters to be rocking with the channel video for video. Big salute to my brothers down in the chat and everybody doing what, like I said, what they supposed to be doing with these pets, man. We got some news for the day, some dog talk. We're gonna touch on a few things like we always do. Hope everybody been having had a great weekend, and having a great day or a great morning or a great evening. Like I always say, it just depends on when you're watching this video. Now, we're going to start this thing off with a little bit of news, and then we're going to get deep into some dog talk. We're going to start off with a little bit of news first when we're talking about a brother. I'm not sure if he has mental problems or what, but the brother in Crown Heights, New York, for any of my brothers that know where Crown Heights is, brother threw, well, it's not called Crown Heights. Crown Heights is the area in, I want to say Brooklyn. All right. So, or projects area. He threw the Pitbull off the 14th floor.
Well, a man accused of throwing a dog off of an apartment building in Crown Heights is now facing charges for animal cruelty. That incident has neighbors pretty shaken up. And News 12 Brooklyn's Melissa Rose Cooper got their reactions.
That makes me tear up.
Melissa Evans is in complete disbelief after hearing what happened at this apartment building on Montgomery Street and Bedford Avenue just over 2 weeks ago. Police say on the morning of November 1st, a man got into an argument with one of the residents and during the dispute, threw the resident's young pit bull from the 14th floor balcony. The dog died from its injuries.
I don't know what kind of evil people have in their hearts.
A local dog walker and sitter herself, the incident left Evans lost for words.
I'm a huge animal lover. I work with dogs all day long, and if I knew who did that and saw that person, I would, I don't know.
A lot of people I spoke with didn't want to appear on camera, but the shock of what happened left them wondering how anybody could be so cruel.
It's kind of psychopathic behavior. People who hurt animals are kind of not right in the head. I don't think it's something that can come about in an argument if it's not already there.
Police have identified the man accused of throwing the dog off the balcony as 33-year-old Alberto Morris. He was arrested and charged with reckless endangerment and aggravated cruelty to animals.
It's like a really deep variation in mental illness, and it's scary.
According to the Brooklyn District Attorney's Office, Morris is now out on supervised release. Neighbors and animal lovers are hoping another incident like this won't happen again. In Crown Heights, Melissa Rose Cooper, News 12 Brooklyn.
Big salute everybody that just tuned in, man. We about to get this thing rolling. We got a little bit more news. We got a woman who was fatally mauled by her own dog, and the dog bit 2 police in the process. So we're going to get into that, and we got a little bit more news, and we got some dog talk. We're going to get into it. Got questions from around the board like we always get into. Some things that brothers, want the answers to, and I'm going to give you the answers to it. So y'all just come on in, and let's do this dog talk the way we always do this dog talk, man. Learning about these pedigrees, learning about these genetics, learning about these folk out here who ain't right for the breed. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it, man. Woman mauled by her dog, and then the dog turned around and bit 2 police officers. Let's get into it.
The chaotic scene on Denison Street Monday night ending in tragedy. 73-year-old Geraldine Brady McGinnis died from injuries after she was attacked by her own dog.
And I just talked to her this morning.
McGinnis spoke with WBZ 2 years ago when her neighbor was the victim of a crime. Now, police say she was killed when her own pet turned on her Monday afternoon, attacking McGinnis and her husband. The dog then bit police when they arrived. 2 officers suffered minor injuries and shot the dog to stop it. The victim's husband is still in the hospital. Their pit bull mix, Deuce, was euthanized, and their 3 other pit bull mixes are now with animal control.
I've lost my sister. She's a sister.
Civil rights icon Jean McGuire lives upstairs and says the victim, her tenant and friend, was more like family.
She's a wonderful person, very generous, very loving person. loved animals.
But the 4 dogs were a risk, McGuire says.
Many dogs. And they put them in cages. I tell you, don't put a dog in a cage. You know, keep them from fighting or whatever. And, but you know, you stay out of people's business.
Now y'all ain't all got here yet, so y'all come on in. Come on in. Let's go to Greer, South Carolina, with a little bit of this dog news where we got the second person charged because their dogs, Pitbull mixes, attacked a man. You know, so we got the second owner charged. Pitbull mixes attacked 3 Pitbull mixes attacked man in Greer, South Carolina. So let me give y'all brothers and sisters that news while y'all come on up in here, get comfortable, bring your tea, bring your writing pads or whatever you're going to bring. You know, we about to get into that dog talk. We got Mayday talk. We got yellow talk. We going to talk about it, my brothers. But let's go to Greer, South Carolina. Second man charged in the incident. PBK9s, let's go.
Well, we do start with some breaking news. This is out of Spartanburg County. A second is now charged after their dogs attacked and hurt a man earlier this week. Well, according to officials, Jody Paredes is now facing several charges, including owning and harboring a dangerous animal and animal cruelty. The charges stem from Monday when an animal control officer responded to Valentine Lane in Greer for a dog attack. That's when officials say 3 Pitbull mixes attacked a man. The man was taken to the hospital for his injuries. There is no word yet on how he is doing. Well, the owner of one of the dogs, Angela Anderson, already charged. The dogs have since been placed in quarantine. Stay with Fox Carolina as we work to learn more.
Now, my brothers and my sisters, you know, I hope people are here who come to watch the news, who come to watch the dog TV, but let's get into that dog talk. You know, we're going to do something a little different. You know, we got what we call, you know, everything you do, you have a donkey of it. No matter what it is that a person does, you have a donkey of that, you know. And just like the Breakfast Club, they got the donkey of the day, you know. I feel like this particular situation needs a donkey of the month, a donkey of the year, whatever it is, award. And this award, you know, goes to, in my opinion, my dog brothers, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I'm gonna explain that. I'm not gonna say something without explaining it. You know, Jihad is the Don. Jihad is the Don. You get the Donkey of the Year award, you know, when it comes to Pitbull owners. You deserve it. You gained it, big homie. You know, them boys say you earned it across them boards. And I'm gonna tell you why. You know, this brother, I'm gonna call him young brother because he's probably younger than me. The way he making moves like that, he gotta be younger than me. You know, but this young brother, you know, he blocked me from his page 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he blocked me from his page because I made a video saying this guy is a lunatic. He's a lunatic. You know, Casper Kennels. You blocked me from your page a long time ago because I was calling you a lunatic then. Because you got on your videos or your Facebook post, rather, your Facebook post, you got on your post and you had your dogs, that same dog that you showing now, that Cardenas dog, you know, brother. You had that dog ears duct taped because you wanted the dog ears to flap over like the Mayday dog ears or the yellow dog ears or a lot of other breed of dogs that they flap over their head a certain kind of way, you know. And this is the thing I told you, when you got to breed for that dog. That's in the dog genetics. You know, these brothers aren't duct taping the dog's ears to make them lay a certain kind of way on the dogs. And that's why I told you that was very childish. It showed that your lack of awareness when it comes to this breed. You know what I'm saying? And you got mad because I said that, you know, you got to breed these genetics that you trying to figure your dog in. Like you trying to shape them like clay. You can't shape a dog like clay. You know, only in the training part you can do all that. When it comes to genetics and the way the dog look, you couldn't do that. So you blocked me basically for that, you know, then for that. Now, you know folk gonna tell me all this and all that, and then I'm on all different kind of groups as well. Young brother, you know, you gotta be the donkey of the year doing the stuff that you doing. You know, sometimes we like to say brothers ain't finished school. Brothers ain't get the proper education to get out here and be amongst the masses of the people that act regular. You can't blame it on education all the time. No matter how much we preach, no matter how much we talk, no matter how many people go to jail, some people just got to learn on their own. Only a jackass, only a jackass will make the moves and do the things this brother is doing to entice the situation. You see, I keep asking brother, Jihadist the Don, I ask you one question. Do you not hear us? Do you not hear people? Do you not hear anyone say across the United States every single day, you cannot promote, you cannot sell, you cannot buy, you cannot own a dog knowingly for certain purposes? So if you get up on Facebook, and this is to anybody, this is not to just to that brother, anybody, when you get on Facebook and you advertise your dogs for certain purposes, how easy is it, my brother? How easy is it for any tree hugger to call you, any officer to call you, any agent to call you and buy a puppy from you? They don't got to do nothing but purchase the puppy from you. They don't got to do no talking. They don't got to do nothing. You done did it all. You done did it all. So when I purchase this puppy, you can't tell me you don't own one. You're not selling one, or none of that type of stuff for fighting when you or for illegal purposes or anything that you shouldn't be doing it when you playing out and put it in the public every day. And then y'all get mad, or you can get mad and say, oh, Pelican Bay ain't got to put it like that. He ain't got. Brothers, when you put it live on Facebook, something illegal, what you get mad when somebody else posts in a social media world? What you get mad about? That's like a brother coming up here, going in the kitchen with a Pyrex, cooking up some cocaine, videotaping it, him cooking up cocaine from the start to the end, cooking it all up, cooking up crack, and put it all on Facebook and get mad with somebody else respond to it. See this Pitbull game? This is a game that can't be helped. In this game, you get you, and that's all you worry about at the end of the day. This game can't be helped because there's too many people, that feel like, that brother there, who got Donkey of the Year. What brother with common sense would get on Facebook? And like I said, you can't get mad at me for nothing I'm saying right now, brother, because you makes it all public on Facebook. Because your public ain't big as my public, don't mean nothing. Once you go public, you go public. Once you put this stuff up, you put this stuff up. I can't, a lot of y'all brothers, you don't got the sense that God gave some of the dumbest things on earth. You put this stuff on online pads, you put this stuff on Facebook, you put this stuff all over, and then you get mad because a brother like me get up here and repeat what you doing, show what you doing, talk about the post that you made. Oh, I don't, man, is y'all dumb or is y'all dumb? You got the swamps, and then you got something that's beneath the swamps when it comes to this Pitbull game. See, Chico was telling you about the swamps. All the swamps ain't bad. The swamps is just a wicked place. You can get bogged down if you're not careful. In any swamp, you can go through swamps in any swamp, but if you're not careful, you will bog down, and that's what the swamps is. But you got something that's beneath the swamps that you just, as soon as you go in it, you just effed up. You just effed up. And these days, a lot of y'all brothers, only help you can get is that chain gang help. You know what I'm saying? That help that you want to say, somebody put you there, but you put your damn self there. You want to call this brother name and that brother name when you're out here looking like an asshole every single day. And like I said before, Jihadist the Don, you plain out and simple showing brothers you not connected to nobody. No brother connected will get on any social media and do the bullshit you doing with a dog. At the end of the day. If the man you got that dog from made a reputation with that dog, you wouldn't have to do the bullshit you doing. You know? And when I get up here and I talk about brothers making names for dogs, it ain't in that kind of way. You see, what he about to do is make a name for himself. You know what I'm saying? In public booking. Call it what you want. I just got to give it to you fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. You know, dog man don't move like that. You moving like a child. You know, Donkey of the Year is why you got that award. You blocked me, but at the end of the day, I know you watching this video. One thing you can't block is real. When a brother giving you something that a lot of y'all can't take real talk. You know, you want to be over here with this feminine talk and this talk that you can badger and make and manipulate and make it seem like you some type of big dog man, or you doing this or you doing that. When at the end of the day, you ain't doing shit when you're on Facebook throwing money in front of dogs and this and that, and the dog ain't worth the money that you got in front of it. You know, ain't worth the money you got in front of it. And like I said before, if you was connected to anybody who was bulldogging, you wouldn't be on Facebook looking for damn bulldoggers. See, old Casper, man, you don't deserve 2 minutes. I'm going to give you all your fame you deserve, you know. At the end of the day, dog, you know, you started off, like, it's showing that you're not trying to learn, my brother. You know, you more into trying to make somebody seem like, oh, they running from you or they this and that. You're right. Everybody gonna run from you on Facebook when you get out there bluffing. You know, what you doing, Casper Kennel, is the same thing as a brother getting in front of their mama want to fight. You know, you get in front of your mama want to get loud. Dog, listen here. Some people will gun you down in front of your moms, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, most folk, you know, want to handle in the street. You know, leave all that stuff alone. You that type of person. Get loud in front of your mama, get loud in front of the police, doing things that you know folk ain't gonna step to you when, you know, oh, he over there around all them police, so he over there capping. You know, we know folk ain't gonna step to you, man, like that, you know. But like I said, if you was really, you know, bulldogging, you know, you wouldn't be doing what you was doing, what you have did in the past. You know what I'm saying? And not taking no credit. And I'm not here to talk about your actual dog himself. Maybe a great dog. But the dogs do the talking. You know, and when the dogs do the talking, you know, it gets around. You know, not how you trying to make it get around. You see, you trying to a young brother who trying to get in the dog game, who haven't really seen certain things, they'll look at the stuff that you do and thinking, oh man, he a tough guy. He want to do this. And that's what you trying to do. That's the impression you trying to make. That's why I tell you, dog, you know, you come from a side and you from a place where bulldogging is not really that prominent. You know what I'm saying? It's not that prominent. So you kind of, you know, you social medialized. You know what I'm saying? So the stuff that you doing is not really, you know, you're not worried about the things real bulldogs worry about. You know what I'm saying? You only as deep as social media. That's why you got Donkey of the Year award. You know, Donkey of the Year award. And you're going to learn blocking me don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Blocking me don't mean nothing when y'all here bullshitting with these bulldogs, because it's going to get back to the Bay, because they know the Bay don't mind putting it down. You know what I'm saying? They know the Bay don't mind putting it down. Let's keep this dog talk going, man. Let's keep this dog talk going. Like I said, if you want to donate to the channel, hit me up in the super chat, you know, or Cash App, $, capital P, capital B, capital K, $, Pelican Bay Kennel. You know, and I got the purple outfit on. If you're having trouble and you think you're going to send it to the wrong one, because a lot of them brothers making fakes and stuff out there, you know, be careful. Don't send it to the wrong one. Don't send the Cash App to the wrong one. It's the same one I've been had. You know, $, Pelican Bay Kennel, capital P, capital B, capital K. You know, and like I said, if you're having questions, just hit me up directly and I'll let you know what it is. Now let's get into this dog talk right here, man. Brother asks, if both people locked in, you know, and they got a date, you know, what part does money play in? Basically what they're saying, do you have to have a 10G on it, or could you do 5Gs, or could you do 500, or could you do 1,000 back then? You know, that's basically what they're saying. And the thing is, money, it's no, no thing in the rules that's talking about money. You know, back when we was talking about Cajun rules, there was nothing in the rules that was talking about money. You know, the thing is, you wanted to find out if you had a good bulldog or not. Money is not gonna help you find out if you got a good bulldog. See, the rules are if you make your date, if you lock in, you make your date, and you got an official referee, you know, which know the rules. That's all that matters. If he know the rules, you know, it don't matter if you doing it for $1. It don't matter if you're doing it for $1,000 or $100,000. You know, what matters when it comes to the money is your weight. You see, when you don't have money involved, you know, now say for instance, we going for 45 and we just want to see if we got the best bulldogs and we not going to put nothing but $5. We doing it for $5, you know, at 45 pounds. Literally $5. All we want to find out is these dogs bulldogs or not, you know, and we just gonna get us some cigarette money or some beer money or something, right? Boom. All right. Now, that's cool. Referee there, that's cool. Long as everybody on weight at 45, that's cool. Everything's cool. Go by the rules. It's an official show. But when money comes into play, when this brother say, I ain't coming in at 45. I'm coming in at 45 and a half. I'm coming in at 46, you know, because I'm going to pay him that little $5 forfeit or whatever I got to pay him. See, that's where the money play come in part, to make sure the brothers is playing the whole game on a fair ball field. You see, if you got, say, the higher the forfeit is, not the bank, but the forfeit. You see, we can go for $1,000 and have $800 forfeit, right? $800 forfeit on $1,000, and that's gonna make sure that that brother is trying to get his dog on weight and not trying to go overweight, and he not trying to lose that $800. You see, because see, a brother would take that $800 if you come in, and this is another thing we're gonna speak about. Brothers are saying, if we coming in at 45. And you come in at 45.3, is that a difference? You damn right that's a difference. You see, brothers will say, making excuses, you just scared, you this, that. Listen, man. It's about, that's what the forfeit and all that stuff about. You come in at 45.3 and we supposed to be at 45. I got the right. My right is to take that money where we've got on that forfeit. We say the forfeit $800 on $1,000. I'm going to take $800, get in my car with my dog, and I'm going back home. And you can be mad as you want to be. You can't touch me. If you're a real bulldog, you're supposed to respect the game. You know, because that's what you call taking the forfeit, peeling out. See, a brother get mad because he think the lower that forfeit is, the more risk a brother will take to make his dog overweight, to come in on your dog, pay you that little cheap forfeit. Say we got a $500 forfeit on a $5,000 show. Now we got a $500 forfeit on a $5,000 show. That brother don't mind missing weight. Give you that $500 on that forfeit, you know, and talk trash to you to bait you in that show still. Now you in there and he 3 ounces, he 5 ounces heavier than you when you thinking that ain't gonna matter. But once all that hot air run about your dog, now that you can see them 3 or 4 or 5 ounces, oh man, he look bigger than my dog. He look bigger than my dog. Yeah, and he ain't nothing but 3 or 4 or 5 ounces that you said wasn't gonna matter. You know, now it matters. You know, so I'm hitting on 2 questions at once. One brother said, them little .3s and all that stuff matter. For one, see, and I can see y'all arguing all day long now. You got $100,000 on the show, right? You came in at 45.3 when you're supposed to come in at 45. Nah. Take all that back. Y'all going for 100,000, right? Plug my thing up. Y'all going for 100,000. Y'all got a forfeit 25,000. Y'all going for 45 pounds. You come in at 45.2, and it's barely bouncing from the 1 to the 2 on the digital. Going every now and then they go back from 1 to 2, but it's 45 point something. You're going to be the type that want to argue for 5 hours, maybe even start a fight, and somebody get hurt because you don't want to give your 25,000 up for that 0.1 ounce. That 0.1 gram. If that scale don't say 45.00000 all the way across to the other side, you owe some money. You owe some money. And if I want to walk away, it's nothing you can say, because that's what you call learning how to control weight. If you don't know how to control weight, don't get mad at me. If you don't know how to control weight, don't try to make me seem like I'm the scary cat because you can't come in right. You understand? That's what it's part of. That's what half the winning, half the battle is about. A lot of these boys, like I said before, they don't know how to call weight, and they don't know how to get a dog on weight. Period. And they don't know how to keep a dog on weight. If a dog 45 pounds, can you maintain 45 pounds for a whole week straight? Can you do it? Every single day, weigh your dog at the end of the empty out session, and he weigh the same exact thing every single day. Learning how to control weight with these dogs. So many brothers don't, but you know how to argue. You know how to get up here and call names. You know how to say somebody capping or somebody doing this or doing that. When you don't know how to do the basics when it comes to these dogs. Let alone get out there and win a show. Let alone win a show. And like I said before, you got greats in every sporting thing it is. You see, you got Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard. You got Rocky Marciano. You got Wayne Gretzky. You got Babe Ruth. You got all of the greats, Michael Jordan, from all the sports, the Williams sisters. You got Agassi and the boys. You got greats from all sports, right? But they great in their time. You see, y'all Bulldog brothers, y'all will get the picture one of these days. And you'll understand what I say. If you really was bulldogging, if you really had something worth talking about, you don't mind doing the right things with these dogs these days. A lot of y'all brothers still searching for that and still seeking that validation. You're still seeking that bulldog you never had yet. You know what I'm saying? You're still seeking the group of fellas that you hang around. You're still seeking for them to look up to you with that bulldog, because you got all these dogs in the yard and you ain't did shit with them yet. You know what I'm saying? You're still seeking that validation. And if you really did something in your days, you will understand. You would understand. The same way each one of them brothers who was great in their days, they understand that nowadays it's different times. Jordan can't, you think Jordan mad because he's not Jordan from 1996 when he played against one of these brothers right now? You got your time. So, if like I say about me, I had my time with my dog. I reached a platform with my dog. Y'all brothers gonna be going for another 30 years and won't be able to reach with. I know that for a fact. Not all brothers, just some brothers. Because the simple fact, you got it by dumb stuff when it comes to these dogs, and you get kicks off of ignorant stuff and stuff that's going to send you to jail. If you was really trying to do anything with these dogs in that way that some of y'all be claiming you trying to do it, it would be the most secretive thing you ever ran across in your life. And when you don't conduct it in that way, you get all these other stuff that be going down in the dog game, But like I said, man, if you call that weight, if you call 45 and you anything over, that was a wrap. That was a wrap. It don't matter how close friends you is, how much money you got, how much you work that dog. It don't matter how much of nothing if you ain't coming in exactly don't mean. You see, that's a lot of y'all must be failed math class. That's why I told you, stay your ass in school. Stop following these flunky dog channels, some of y'all young brothers. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all young brothers, when it ain't too late, go back to school. Some of my older brothers who haven't learned to comprehend fully yet, Go back to school. You got too much pride to learn how to go back and learn how to comprehend certain things, you know, but that can be detrimental to things in your life. You understand? You know what I'm saying? On point means on point, you know. Them folks say you better come back to this probation or parole office clean. They don't say you better come back with a little bit in your system. They say you better come back clean. You know what's what when you're dealing with this stuff, man. Know what's what. And a lot of y'all brothers, like I said, you amused by flunky talk. You know, amused by flunky talk. And brothers talking about brothers they don't know. Brothers talking about brothers, when I say brothers they don't know, never seen, never talked to, period. You know, the dog game ain't what y'all brothers thought it was. Period. You got brothers telling them it's okay now for you to be 45.2. It's okay for you to be 45.00.1. It ain't okay for you to be 45. I'm telling you right now, if you was going against me back in them days and you wasn't 45 with all zeros on the end, if you had 1 on the end of the, and see, back then there wasn't no digital scales like it is now. But just say we had the digitals back then, and you had 45, all zeros, but you had a 1 on it. I'm talking about 1/10 of a 1. Give me my damn forfeit money. Feel how you want to feel. You know, you should have been 49. I mean, you should have been 44 point something going towards the 45 marker instead of being 45 going over. You should have been close as you could to get to 45 if you knew you couldn't control it, you know? And you wouldn't believe how many arguments probably started from that same exact thing. A brother feeling like he not over because he 3 ounces over. Or you not even 3 ounces, you less than an ounce. You less than an ounce, you still got weight up under that, you know? I give you an ounce of whatever kind of drug you want. Anything under that still holds weight, right? Anything under an ounce still holds weight. So just because, it ain't actually showing up, and back then in the days, we had it even worse because them other scales, you could slip all them little point numbers and point stuff in. Today's time, for them brothers, they can't slip all that stuff in. It's going to show 45.000 whatever. You know, nothing else on the end. You know, and then whatever y'all agree to is what y'all agree to. It don't matter if it's $1, $3, $4. Money don't make the bulldogs. When y'all stop thinking money make the bulldogs, you'll get better bulldogs out there. You know, when you started thinking money made the bulldogs, that's why a lot of y'all got your ass kicked over and over and over, and you still buying bulldogs, getting your ass kicked over and over and over because you think money make the dogs. You know. And a lot of y'all gonna learn, you know, when you're dealing with proven substance, when you're dealing with a proven stock, a lot of that stuff you say don't matter. You know, proven stock is proven stock. Proven is what proven is. You know, a lot of y'all trying to prove a dog, but then that dog can't produce. He can't prove he can produce. You know, you spend 40 damn years. You spend 40 years, you know, to prove your dog is a top quality dog, but he can't produce top quality stock. But hey, everybody ain't had the privilege as older brothers. I'm speaking to our older brothers. A lot of older brothers ain't had the privilege, or they went by things certain ways. You know, to have the science on certain lines. You know, so many brothers throw away lines just because you lost with 1 or 2 dogs, because in actuality, you either got that dog screwed up or you screwed him up yourself. You know, just plain out and simple, man. Just plain out and simple. Now, let me say this while I'm saying this to all my brothers out there that do transport, you know, and this ain't talking nothing to none of y'all, but I just want to say this. When y'all pick brothers' dogs up, you know, you need to keep this in mind. I want my dog looking like how I gave them to you when brothers get their dogs. You know, it don't benefit me to have the dog looking a certain way if you gonna get the dog and give it to the brother looking another kind of way. You know, so let's just make sure these dogs look how they look when you pick them up. You know, that's why the brothers and the sisters put in the hard work and dedication and the time with these dogs so these brothers can get these dogs, not for the transporter to get them and decide I want them to look like this. Oh, they look good. In your eyes, they look good, but they ain't how I gave them to you. You know, so let's just step this game up. My transporters out there across this country and across this world. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these dogs, you know. Now, y'all drop y'all area codes to what y'all represent out there with these dogs, man, across this country, across this world when it comes to these hounds, man. And we going to talk about this yellow stuff. You know, and two of the top, in my opinion, two of the top yellow sons of them all, which is Big John and Mayday. You know, and I'm talking about dogs that's still around. Dogs that's consistent, not a dog that you got one dog of left. I'm talking about families of these dogs left, families of these dogs over here. You know, Mayday and Big John, two of the biggest families of sons of yellow that is producing great dogs. And I want to speak on both of them lines today. You know, y'all hit that like button up, man. Y'all hit that like button up. If y'all get up out of here, definitely. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. You know, and we're going to talk about Big John and we're going to talk about Mayday, you know, and why I think they are the two top sons of yellow. For one, they stood the test of time. You know, in order to stand the test of time, you must have been bred, for one. You have to have been bred to get to this brother, to get to that brother, so he can breed, so they can have the dogs. You see, both dogs stood the test of time. Now, what I will say, you know, but when it comes to the conversation of the purest, proven red boy Jocko coming down off the yellow stuff, I'm gonna have to give it to the Big John stuff. You know, because we can never have Mayday and the tightest, purest red boy Jocko coming off the yellow stuff, because any dogs coming off Mayday for the simple fact of the bolio that's in Mayday himself. You know, Mayday himself started out with a cross, so we can never have him in the tightest red boy Jocko yellow dogs conversation. You know, but out of the two brothers, Mayday and Big John, I will say Mayday seemed to be a more prepotent dog than Big John was. Just in my opinion, you know, and I'm not judging this off of necessarily performance. I'm judging this off of looks and other things as well, you know, and we got to keep performance in there, you know, but we going to go by looks wise. If you look at your modern dog, you could see some dogs and you can say that's a Mayday dog. You really can't look at no dogs and say that's a Big John dog that looks like Big John. You know, it's just the traits. When it comes to them traits, Mayday through the traits that you can recognize in modern day times when it comes to that dog. Maybe the Big John stuff was taking more traits after the other dogs in the line, you know, but just speaking on those two dogs themselves. I think both dogs threw great dogs, but I think Big John was more of a focus on producing great performing dogs in the long run. You know, I think Mayday was focused on making a lot of money at the time, making a lot of great breedings at the time as well, but he made a lot more breedings, which caused a lot more dogs to be in the circuit compared to the Big John dogs, which caused a lot more, I don't know what I'm going to get, compared to the Big John dogs. When it comes to the Big John stuff, you kind of know what you're going to get compared to the Mayday stuff. When it comes to a Mayday dog, you don't know what you're going to get. It's too many Mayday dogs across this world to say these dogs do this right here. These dogs do that right there. It's too many of them. But when it comes to them Big John dogs, you know, it ain't. And that's where they take the lead at on that, you know, in that category. You know, they take the lead in that category. It's more consistent consistency, more consistency and more I can predict this. These dogs gonna come out like this. It's more predictability when you're dealing with the Big John stuff when you compare it to the Mayday stuff. It plain out simple, man. I'm running Mayday stuff. I got great Mayday dogs, and there's a lot of brothers out there. Big salutes to my brother YB out there. There's a lot of brothers out there that got great Mayday lines. But you gotta tell the truth. The Mayday dog was spread out too far for you to just say, oh, I can go buy a Mayday dog and he gonna be like the Mayday dog I had 5 or 6, 7 years ago. You really can't put that on no dog, but at the end of the day, you got more consistency and more chances of a Big John dog falling in that category than a Mayday dog 10 times a day. 10 times a day. But like I said, I can't walk up in front of you with a Big John dog and you say that's a Big John dog. And like I said, we talking about dogs themselves. We're not talking about no kennel names, none of that other stuff. Because a brother can easily say, oh, this look like a walk dog, or this look like a evolution, or this kind of. We're not talking about kennel names. We're talking about the dogs themselves, and the yellow dogs themselves. A lot of great pure yellow dogs were created throughout the years. But when it comes to families, there's only 2 families that stand to the top of the ladder. And that's the Big John family and the Mayday family. The other families weren't consistent as those 2 families were when it came to breeding and when it came to lasting, to the modern day time. And we all know the major things that play a part into this whole thing is raids, dog confiscations, and all that other stuff. We're not talking about none of that. We're just talking about making it to stand the test of time. And it is what it is, man. Like I said, the Mayday dogs, they can't be in the conversation of the purest and tightest yellow dogs. Even though when you got Barracuda on bottom side, he's bred back to the yellow stuff. But at the end of the day, you still can't be in the conversation because you started off with a cross. You started off with a cross. And the conversation you in the conversation with is with dogs that has no crosses in them, period. So you really can't be in that conversation. But the conversation, as far as one of Yellow's greatest sons to ever exist, yes, you definitely gonna speak Mayday name in that. And yes, you definitely gotta speak Big John name in that. And a lot of the dogs that we hear that were off Yellow, you don't see the dogs now. You don't see pure deadlift dogs with deadlift all the way in it. Not one dog, but a family of dogs that brothers ran year after year, and they got them dogs scattered all across the country, pure deadlift dogs. You see, I gotta explain it like that because brothers will get in the chat and throw a pure of a certain kind of dog they got, but you got that dog, and it's bred up, but it's not consistently bred up like that year after year after year. You know what I'm saying? It's not from one family of dogs. You might have brothers with deadlift, and then they got Mayday, and then they got JR in it, and they got this other dog. We got different dogs from Yellow in it then. But we talking about 2 separate brothers who made their mark in the game from the Yellow line, which is, like I said, Mayday and Big John. And I couldn't have made this statement. I couldn't make this statement back in the days because it was too many sons of Yellow still around. But we talking 40 years later, standing the test of time. You can't argue with it. The same way I say you can't argue with, you don't know what kind of Mayday dog you gonna get these days. And that's another reason that give y'all brothers and y'all sisters and me an incentive to go out here and say, yo, I'm gonna make a name for my dog. That way you know what you're getting. That way if you getting a PBK Mayday dog, okay, I'm getting what I want. these dogs run the mill. These dogs can climb super high. I know these dogs doing what they want. That's why I say make names for your own dogs, because we all get Mayday dogs, and you can't rely on the Mayday line. But I can rely on my brother YB Mayday dogs. I can rely on my brother over here Mayday dogs. I can rely on PBK Mayday dogs. I can rely on City Boy Mayday dogs. I can rely on these boys Mayday dogs, because y'all making names for y'all Mayday dogs. You're not just trying to rely on the old school stuff that makes it too hard for a brother out here. You know? I cannot produce great dogs just trying to go buy a Mayday dog. I gotta really do my research. When that Big John stuff is more tighter, it's less background work you gotta do when it comes to finding you a great dog. You know? And like I always say, man, when it comes to finding great dogs, I'm always speaking about the positive stuff that we can do with these dogs. You know what I'm saying? The positive stuff we can do with these dogs. But yeah, man, just, you know, and the thing about it, when you start from the foundation, you can never be in that pure conversation. You know, never be in it. You can be one of the greatest dogs to ever live, but when it comes to that conversation as them pure red boy Jocko, when we talking about pure, when I say pure, I mean every single dog in that pedigree. Not 14 dogs in that pedigree. You know, every single dog, going back to Red Boy or Jocko, or one of Red Boy daughters or one of Jocko daughters. Nothing else, you know, outside of their offspring. You know, so but yeah, man. And like I said, Mayday, I feel like Mayday is a whole lot more prepotent than Big John was, you know, even when, like, back in the days, you know, and the owner of these dogs may beg to differ, but I'm just looking at the product that's coming off these dogs. You had some that, you know, look like Big John, maybe, you know, but that look that Mayday got, that these dogs got, that you can instantly look at a 3-month-old puppy and say that's a Mayday dog. You know, that's just a look that trickled down from the dog himself. You know what I'm saying? That's a look that trickled down. No matter how you breed a dog, you can breed it with a blue dog. You can breed it all over. And you're going to still see that dog got some Mayday in it. Now, I can breed that Big John dog all over, and I'm going to get great dogs. You see, I'm going to get some great dogs. I tell brothers, you can breed it with a hound dog, and you're going to get a high percentage of great dogs. But looking-wise, they're not going to have that look where I can say, oh, that's a Big John dog. You know, they're going to be looking like some good bulldogs probably, but I'm not going to be able to spot on point, pinpoint it, that's a Big John dog. Like I'm going to be able to do a Mayday dog. But when it comes to the Mayday, I'm not going to get the quality of dog I'm going to get until I search and find the dogs that need to be crossed together. And like I said, a brother who can't comprehend, they will take what I'm saying and run with it and take it the wrong way. Understand, when you have 1 million dogs out here under the same dog, bred 1 million different ways from 100,000 different people out here across this world, there's no way you can compare to brothers who kept the genes and traits in one family, breeding to one family of dogs. It's uncomparable. It ain't the same thing. You wouldn't understand when I say you can't take any Mayday dog and start a yard of dogs with it, but you can take pretty much any Big John dog and go start your yard of dogs with them dogs. Whether the dog cold dog or a dog that's, you know, on fire. Then that's the difference. With one lack, the other dog excels over the other dog in. When Big John don't got that look for certain looks, may they excel in him with the look. But Big John got that performance that's locked in. You know, locked in. Salute to them brothers that got them great pups across the board. You know what I'm saying? That's repping both bloodlines. You know, that's repping both bloods, because I see a lot of great dogs. You know what I'm saying? Coming off both of them bloods. I got Mayday and both. I deal with both of them. I love both of them. You know, both dogs. You know, and I wasn't a Mayday fan back in the days. I grew to like Mayday more modern day times, and I see the great breedings that brothers made off some of that stuff. You know, because I was really going off the stuff that Crossroad Kennel had back in the days, coming directly off Mayday, but the crosses that he was making. You know, but anyway, the dogs, you know, it just, you know, if you can't see that, and like I said, like the Mayday brothers will get mad. You can't just go buy a dog with that Mayday stuff in it and you think you're going to get you a good bulldog. You can get a dog with skin problems. A lot of that Mayday stuff do have it. You can get a dog with structural problems. Some of that stuff will get it when you breed that Mayday stuff all different kind of ways. It's just like when it comes to the Mayday dogs, like I said, we kind of let Mayday's reputation overshadow his actual offspring of dogs. We got Barracuda. We know he was a great one, but after Barracuda, how many of the other dogs do we look at as far as bloodlines? Because brothers are considered Barracuda a line of dogs, but Barracuda is just off Mayday, But Barracuda made a name for himself, so that should let you know once your dog make a name for himself, that's a wrap. That's a wrap. Like I said before, Mr. Tant didn't need, when he had Tant's Miss Jocko, he didn't need to make 5 breedings before Grand Champion Yellow was considered his bloodline. His whatever it was. He got, Miss Tant's Miss Jocko come from Mr. Chavis, bred by Mr. Chavis. Tant got his hand on it. Bred it the way he wanted to breed it. Got the offspring. Now we get Yellow, which Mr. Tant is the only one credited for that dog. The only one. But yeah, man, that's just a little bit of that Yellow talk for the day. Hope my brothers, got a little bit from it. A lot of brothers don't know about these pedigrees, and when they get up here, sometimes they get lost. A lot of y'all brothers will make them feel like they dumb because you don't know a pedigree. And the thing is, half the ones that think they know the pedigrees don't know how to read them. So you never feel dumb, or you never feel like you don't know certain things because you don't know how to read, or you went into the dogs as long as his next brother was. Man, it's all about doing your research. Don't do it on bad terms. Read about the dogs. Read the stories. When I say the stories, I mean inside like the hardback books or just the stories in general, not no match stories. Stories about pit bulls, about the breed. Get the Richard Stratton books, the Diane Jessup books, and all the different things. Just read and learn different things and learn about the pedigrees. And it talks so much about pedigrees in them books. A lot of us skip all that stuff and we go to the pictures and read up under the pictures where they say Kobe's this on the right and all that other stuff. And we skip over when they explaining how to read these pedigrees and what percentages of what, comes or makes what, but, it just is what it is, man, when it comes to these dogs. All I can say to you, just keep your eyes on these brothers out here, and when I say this, I'm just going to ask you with common sense, man. What brother with common sense? What brother with common sense would put himself around a brother that got a lifetime ban on dogs, that's got national attention, lifetime ban on dogs? And what brother would get on YouTube and put himself in a situation certain brothers be doing, without it being something else involved with it? Something else involved with it, my brothers. So y'all stay smart, man, out there. Y'all remember, everything that's a joke, everything folk be saying about this and about that, man, listen here, man, we gonna make these phony and flunky bulldoggers shut their pages down, man. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because they want to live by stuff that don't exist. You know, stuff that don't exist. But hey, like I always say, y'all stay safe, y'all stay legal, and remember, who gonna give it to you the best, man? PBK9s, and I'm out.
What's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it deep. All by his bread. Bitch, I'm all up by my bread. All by my bread. Bitch, I'm all up by my bread. All by my bread. Now what's this gonna be? You know how I played it all. That nigga burn it deep. All by his bread. Now bitch, I'm all up by my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm all up by my bread. All by my bread. Now bitch, I'm first green ballin', trying to get my bread long. You know the game gone and my mind been blown. Different decisions that I done made got me fucked up now. Still gon' thug the life I'm living, still gon' hold this shit down. Every day of my life, yeah, nigga chasing cheese. And them same niggas that be around, they won't see you off your feet. My mama been doing bad, but I ain't going to the